Hello everyone, Wanda the Foiling Rock Lady here today to do this awesome geometric seahorse, and I'm going rainbow again because that's what I do. This is my inspiration here, so I will have this available if any of you need it for a traceable. A lot of you are probably good enough to freehand that, but not I. Anyways, I'm going to probably stay as true to that as I can for colors. I'm going to be using King Art Woodless Watercolor Pencil Set 24. This is available on Amazon. I will also leave that link for you in the description. I'm not paid by Amazon, just so you know. I'm not an affiliate. And I got something cool today going on. You know, I've been making my own watercolor paint, and today I made a whole bunch, and look at that, it's drying. It's just beautiful. I love it. Anyways, I had to show you because it's like candy. Only non-edible. Don't eat it. All right. I'm going to line with Gold 3081E by Folk Art Treasure Gold Series. I already did my tracing with graphite paper and a stylus, a nail tool. I used this one to trace it onto my paper. And I lined it with Posca Black 1MR. And now I'm just going to line Mr. Seahorse with the gold on the outside. I'm going to try to stay on the top or the outside, and it'll change as we go around, but that's my plan. So I hope everybody's doing well. We here in South Texas are finally coming out of our winter freeze we just had. That was a disaster. No power, water, or heat for 4 days here at my house. Some people are still without water, and it's just devastating. Our grocery stores are empty. They have no stock because everything was just shut down. It came to a halt. But we're Texas strong. We will make it through. And I sure do thank everybody for their support and well wishes and help. There's so much help coming in. Thank you so much. So I'm just using a liner brush. It's just a script. I think it's 0. I can't even read it anymore. I think it's a 0. But it's been cut to my liking, so I've trimmed out most of the bristles. Kind of a mess, but yeah. So I'm just lining each black line with a gold line next to it, and just try to make sense of it, either on top or the outside. Which my top and outside might be different than your top and outside. Hang on. Something like that. So I'm going to go around and do the gold lining, and I'll be back with you. Hello. Okay, so I got the gold done, and I started on the pencil. I was testing out a little section to see if I was going to stick with this or change my mind. I'm not positive yet. So anyways, so what I'm doing is I sharpened my pencils really, really sharp, and I'm kind of shading in the areas where I see the most red. I'm following like this picture here. So I'm not pressing like really, really hard, but I'm pressing hard enough to lay down some color. And then like this section is red and purple, I think. Like a darker red up in there. Little here. And so like the bottom half of these at an angle. Which I have less room in mine than here because I lined with 500 things, but I'm hoping we'll get some resemblance of this. I hope. And there we go, our first break. I guess I should bring my pencil sharpener over here, huh? So it's always handy to have a pencil sharpener and a little trash to catch it. I have a, you know, the one you crank the arm on for the really, really long lead. But it makes the lead on these too brittle, so you need to use a shorter one. So, yeah. So these little triangles here are pretty much all red. And they end there. And there's a bit. Okay, we'll start with that. Anyway, so I have my water brush, or you can take a regular paintbrush. It needs to be super, super pointy, though, and very little water, because you don't want this going all over your rock. You just want to activate the pencil, which basically turns it into watercolor. So you can use regular watercolors. I was going to use my pens, which is totally fine. I just wanted to play around with this. I'm liking these pencils lately. They seem to be more vivid and they don't fade as quick on my rock, so I can take a minute or two to get my foils on there. I use this brush pen with no water in it here because it leaks. I do prefer the Pentel, which mine were worn out. I have another set coming just in time for the tutorial in ROA next Sunday, February 28th, 2021. So if this is past that date, sorry. We are going to be doing some brush lettering. Not that I'm an expert, but I've been requested to work on that with you guys. So I'm going to take up that feat. I'll try anyways. I'm not making any promises. Okay, so the next color is like sort of a deep orange, I would call it, maybe. Sunset orange, I don't know. And we'll get the yellow out too. And the regular orange. And this guy. And this guy. Wow, okay, so we'll just get all these out, okay? Okay, we'll see. Maybe need more green, maybe not. So in this big square right here, can you see the yellow section here? These yellows. And then there's some green going on here, which I think might be this green. Some orange or yellow up here. And there's like some pencil dust on here. You're going to want to get that off of there before you activate it, unless you can really control it in your area. You can use a soft brush as long as it's not wet and dust off those little bits. I'm going to use this little cup here for some water. And I'm going to have a towel, paper towel to blot on handy. And I'm going to start activating. And you usually want to start with the light color and then blend back into the darker spaces. Like so. And with this water brush, all you have to do is wipe it to get it back to color, or get it back to nothing. Take the red again, deepen that up. You can dip your pencils also in the water if you need it to be even more vivid. So now that I've shown you basically what I'm doing, coloring like we would in a coloring book, basic, same thing. Go ahead and go around your image. Let me add some purple here so you could see, or purple blue. So around this area here is like a magenta-ish and then a blue. So you can just add in your bits of purple. And then it's going to come out green. Yeah. Let me see how blue this one is. Maybe that's going to be too dark. Okay, so this is the blue we going with. And then activate it with minimal water, just very tiny bit of wet brush. Like so. And keep working around your beautiful seahorse. It's coming to life. This one is going to take some time. Definitely. And we're going to be covering with foil, so remember, you don't have to be too concerned about, you know, being perfect. So, all right, I'm going to let you color. I'm going to color, and I'll meet you back here when we're done coloring, or halfway. I'll meet you back here halfway so we can check in. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, I've got most of this color blocked in. I'm just finishing around the tail here, which I don't have lots of room for paint because I have a lot of liner on there, but I'm just activating what I did put on here, which is a lot of purple and some like carmine and reds around in here. Okay. Oh, I need to do the fin over here. Haha. So I'm just taking the color off here since those spaces are tiny. I'm going to fill them in manually here. Be careful not to drip onto your rock from your paint, whatever you're doing. Okay, some yellow. Sometimes when you add the yellow to near the blue, it goes ahead and takes care of the green at the same time, but that probably won't happen here. Oh, maybe it will. And you need some blue in there. Problem is I don't have that bluey blue color. So I'm using this deeper blue, which is throwing it off a bit, but we work with what we have. And then we've got some red or orange. I'm just going to use red because it'll pull into orange anyways. So. And then remember, light into your darker colors. Okay, close enough. Let me show you up close here. Okay, and here's my picture. Yeah, nothing like it, but I'm happy with it. And that's what counts. Okay. So, I'm going to put a crystal on my eye, so I am not worried too much about that. And I don't have one out yet. I have a triangle one here, so I'll show you just what it might look like in a little while. It's triangle, but it'll be, you know, like a round. Okay. With that said, let's get to the fun part. I'm going to dust this off real quick, make sure there's no little bits of pencil. Be very careful in case you're wet. Your rock is wet anywhere. You don't want to smear it onto your unpainted areas. Okay, grab your gloves, your mask, your nail art foil glue, N95 if you've got it. If not, a paper mask or a respirator will do. Grab all that, and I'm using SXC nail art foil glue. I think if there's some in it. If not, I'll be getting another bottle. I think we're good. What did I do? There it is. And I'm going to dump some off in my paint well here. Okay, SXC nail art foil glue. I need a disposable eyeliner brush to apply my glue. I have two here. One is a brand that I don't like because it's super flimsy, and I don't know the name of the brand. It's an off-brand of eyeliner brush, but it's longer and thinner. Can you see that? It does do a better job getting into these little bits of areas than the King, I forget what this is called, King 100 or something. Anyways, they're about the same price for a pack of 100. But now I like them both for different things. So, because I was cutting these for the little bitty areas. So anyways, there's that. You add something to your list, guys. I'm sorry. Anyways, these are pretty flimsy, so be careful not to break them. Have your 6-watt mini LED light. This is Mac Art. I rubbed off the label with acetone by mistake. I'm sorry. I was cleaning it and it just took it right off. So if you care about that, don't be cleaning it with acetone because it will eat the plastic right off there. Anyways, I was trying to get some of the paint off one day. Thought I'd clean it, and I know better because I know acetone eats plastic. So silly me, right? Some kinds of plastic, I should say, because it comes in a plastic bottle, which is weird, isn't it? Okay. Anyways, we're going to add the glue to Mr. Seahorse, starting in the larger area and working out to the smaller areas so you can get nice points. Stay off of your gold. You can go on the black if you need to, but try not to go out of your line, like your gold liner. Just to give it some definition and separation. It's not the end of the world if they touch, but it's a really cool effect if you can get the cushiony, pillowy look that the glue will give you. I'll show you here. Can you see that? So this look that you get like that from applying the foil or the glue this way is really neat. And that's kind of my signature and one of the techniques that I'm sharing. And I should tell you guys, and I think I've said it before many times, I did not come up with nail foils on rocks. That was not my idea. I saw it from Rachel Mitchell. Rachel's Rocks Canada. Amazing artist. So I want to pay credit to her. She pretty much, I learned everything about nail foils and lining in my early rock painting days to her. And I saw the nail foils and my brain exploded right there. I was like, oh no. Anyways, so I kind of got stuck there, and I've been stuck there for months. And I'm not complaining because I'm absolutely, totally enamored with it. So I got this nickname, the Foil Lady, and I'm not complaining. I think it's cute. So I am Wanda the Foil Lady. I do other things sometimes, but generally everything I do will end up with foil somehow or somewhere. And if it doesn't, I was thinking about foil, I promise you. So I'm going to do big sections because I'm going to be using probably the same foil around the face. And then I'll change around the fin areas here. Actually, I think I'll stop after these points up here and then change to a different type of foil, because we do want to give it that type of definition too. Okay, so I'll stop there, give it a cure. Oh, you guys, it's going to be so beautiful. It's already beautiful. Yay! So cure for 60 seconds. So guys, I'm going to talk to you with chocolate in my mouth. This is Dove dark chocolate. Come on, focus. With mint. Oh my gosh, right? It's all swirled up in there. And then you know Dove gives you these sweet little messages on the inside. Look what this says. Live your life every day with no regrets. It'll be worth it. Way to go, Daniel M. from Pennsylvania. I always keep these little things. They're awesome to have handy when you don't know what to write on your kindness rocks. Perfect little things. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys know this, but I eat a massive amount of chocolate while I'm working. And I'll give you a little preview here. all different kinds. But you can see it's dark chocolate. Yeah, I'm chocolate in trouble. I was going to say chocolate-aholic, chocolate addict. I'm just chocolate in trouble. Alright, I have picked a foil. This one I like to call Laser. It's part of the transparent set. It comes with 3 of the same box on Amazon. I think it's $8.99 or $7.99, something like that. Okay, so I'm just going to apply that to the entire area that I just cured with the glue. Keep it simple. Beautiful. Nice. Oh yeah, I'm going to cut in right here and talk to you about, and please, please, please forgive me. Please forgive me, because I don't remember who told me, and it was just the other day, but there was a flood going on. Not a flood, I'm sorry. Texas was without power, water, and heat, and we were worried about a flood with broken pipes. Anyways, she said, you know, I have all this trouble with my foils being staticky, and the sweetheart said, go get some dryer sheets and, you know, cut them into strips. And I was thinking, oh my God, that's genius. But now I couldn't find the message, and I don't remember who said it, but I know it's somebody I talk to a lot. So if it's you, please tell me in the comments. Say, hey, it was me. Anyways, thank you so much for that tip. I'm cutting those dryer sheets right now. And let me tell you, it makes a huge difference. So I'm going to show you. She said, cut them and put a little strip in your box. You know, just, I'm going to take just a little square here. like this, and then you can rub your fingers on it and watch. The foil doesn't stick. See? It doesn't stick. It's genius. Oh my gosh. Now, hopefully it doesn't interfere with the foil sticking to the glue. I don't think it will. But thank you very much again. I'm sure. Don't be mad. I was very distracted. So, on to more glue and foil. So I'm basically going to work my way around this bad boy. It's going to take some time. And apply the glue just like I did around the face, section by section, changing foils up, you know, with the blocks of areas. So like these back scales here, I don't know what they're called. These back triangles going around the back, down the tail, I'm going to do a foil. These here, I'm going to do in another color. Not color, another texture. Wow. See all the different ones in here? Okay, so I'm just going to pick different ones to go around here. And then the belly here, I'm going to do different as well. I'm not going to go crazy and do like different one each square because Lord, who has time for that? And then over here, I'll do another kind as well. All right, so just so I don't bore you guys to death, I will do a couple of sections here with you, and then I will pause it and see you back for the finished foil. Not the finished seahorse, but just the finished foil. Because I'm not done with the seahorse. I probably have to line some more and put on some rhinestones and give it a resin so you guys can see the 100% finished product. And I'm sure you guys have noticed that I am background shy. I always leave my backgrounds white unless I do them crazy tie-dye looking. I am terrible with backgrounds, and I will admit that. So I need somebody to show me how to do them. I need volunteers. Somebody teach me so I can teach others. That's what I do. If you can teach me some really amazing backgrounds, I would love for you to spend some time with me. All right, well, that's it. I am going to pause and do some foil. Hello. All right, look at that. So yours should be looking similar. Of course, we all do things differently. So, you know, I think I'm going to turn on the flash for this one, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. It may or may not help. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Get that gorgeous foil. So you can see all the different facets. Up here I did the small laser. Here I did the large crushed glass. In the front I did the small crushed glass. Back here I did like the oil spill looking one. Okay, so now I'm going to pick out an eye, and seahorses have really cool eyes. They have like a dot or a circle for the pupil, and then they have this like star thing. It's kind of cool, but to me it looks like a faceted rhinestone kind of, but an innie, not an outie. I know this sounds weird. Anyways, I have these cool different rhinestones, but I was thinking this one right here, because it's dark and it has some, you know, definition to it, and it reminds me of a seahorse eye. So yay, we got a cool seahorse eye. That is the last thing I'm going to do. I am going to resin it, and then I will apply that eyeball during resin. You know, I could do some starfishies. I have some starfishes and seashells. I might have to do a few of those around the rock. I don't know. I always take this stuff out and then I end up not doing it. But let me just look with you guys for a minute. I'm sure y'all are wanting to get off here, but don't. Let's see. Starfish and seashells. Here's the clam shells. think they're I don't know what those are. I think they're clamshells. And inside out. So what would we do with these? Would we just like lay them around the... I guess we could... No, see, I'm getting crazy again. I think if I did a background, I may do these like down around and then put a few pearls or something. But I have a really large seahorse. Anyways, I'm just showing y'all there's so many things you can do. See these little baby tiny starfishes in there? You see that? Focus. Anyways, they're so cool. And you can just do things. You can find different things to accentuate, embellish your beautiful artwork with. All right, guys, let's do the resin. So, Mr. Resin is what I'm using right now because of the temperatures and because, to be honest, I just like it. And it's faster. Completely faster. This is a very large or a very long rock. So this is my lifter rock. You need to lift up your stone when you're using a UV light unless you have it situated above from somehow. Anyways, that way it'll go over your project. Okay, so you want to apply your resin. And I'm just going to squirt it on like so. I'm so sorry. Let me put you in the camera. This is Mr. Resin, I think I said already. This is the hard type UV. Mr. Resin, hard type. Okay. You can also use this out in the sunshine. If you don't have a UV light, you can put it in the sun. You know, it says it takes a few minutes, but it took mine a couple of hours, but it still worked 100%. Totally. Anyways, I started using brushes. It does ruin your brush, but you can use your brush a few times. These are very inexpensive brushes that I have. So anyways, I have such a horrible allergy to resin and the glue that I don't even want it on my gloves anymore. Because I keep getting it on me, somehow it always gets on me. And I end up with burns and blisters and... Okay, well, I wasn't going to put the rhinestone on, but well, there it goes, right there under the... So, it is now part of our seahorse, which is fine. Hang on, not focused. Yeah, you don't want to do that with the rhinestones because you'll lose the facets. When you put resin on top of a rhinestone, it basically fills in all the facets, so you lose the sparkle. I don't know if you've noticed that using rhinestones on your projects. If you put your resin on top of it, they don't sparkle anymore. You can see them and they look cool, but not as cool as if they had their facets. I could pull it off and put another one. I think I'm going to do that since it's not like stuck on there. I'm going to pull it off and put another one on there when it's done curing. No, not done. Boy, guys, I can't think and talk at the same time. Okay, so with my other tweezers, I got a messy hand here. I'm going to dig this guy out. Just throw that away. Goodbye. Bye-bye. And take off my gloves so I don't get resin everywhere. While my gloves are off, I'm going to torch my resin to get the bubbles out. Okay, and then look at it. Get down there and look at it. And If you have any fuzz or hairs, or I don't know if you can see that hair I just pulled out. See the hair I just pulled out? Anyways, that will mess up your whole cure. So try to get the little bits out of there. Who knows where these all come from, right? The black fuzz. I don't know what it is. Oh, you know, I'll bet it's from my black Q-tips, huh? Black swabs that I have. It was my brilliant idea. Oh, get black. They're fancy. Don't do it. Don't do it. They make white ones that are just as pointy. Okay, so what you want to do is get your rhinestone about now. And put it in your resin while the resin is dewy, wet, but not under the resin, on top of it. Are you feeling me here? So get your rhinestone, put it on top of the resin. So now the facets are there, but it becomes permanently part of your project because it'll sink down into that resin. So you got to give it a minute so it can sink down in. Now when you're using regular resin that's not UV style, you want to let your resin cure for a few hours and then go do this. Put your rhinestone in about a few hours into your cycle. Otherwise it'll slide all over the place and that won't work. With UV resin, as soon as the light touches it, the top of it solid, but inside it's not, but the top solidifies, so it doesn't, so it'll be part of it forever. Okay, here we go. In the cooker. Here we go. In. And on. 3 cycles at 120 minimum. Probably going to have to do more because if you can see the end is sticking out. So I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, it's done. And so here's a close-up. Sorry, trying to get it focused. With the rhinestone set in there nice and tight. So, I hope everybody had fun on this one. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, hit subscribe. And if you'd like to be notified when I upload new content, hit the bell. And I'll be seeing you again real soon. Thank you.